and after that we will start the other chapters, some chapters. So if why these someone less amount of students are there, only 15, where the others? See, the problem was, first I draw this and after that please tell me, okay, please tell me that whether you are able to solve this or not. Okay, see, the problem is here a large roller which is connected with the center with screen is visible to all of you, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see here you can see that this angle which is given, this is A, this is O1. As per the question, this angle is 60 and this one is 45 degree. This one is given 15 degree. The weight of cylinder A, it is given 1000 Newton, and weight of cylinder B, it is given half of cylinder A, that is 500 Newton. Okay, this is your B, and this angle, actually the force means, the thing is that this cylinder is connected with another cylinder using this connector, and the question is such that you have to find out this force P. Okay, this is at an angle with vertical is given as a 60 degree, so you have to find out what is the value of P, so that this block means cylinder, larger one, is not moved downward, or this system is in equilibrium, or you can say in another word, to maintain the system is in equilibrium condition, find out the amount of force required to act at the center O2 of this small cylinder. Is my question clear? Hello, please reply anyone. Is my question clear to everyone? Hello, please reply anyone. Hello student. Hello. Okay, let's continue this one. Here you can see this is not a problem of friction. First we identify which type of problem is this. So first see, in this question there is a no coefficient of friction given. So first of all, this is means for this specific problem, this is not a friction problem, right? This is not a friction problem. So first we find out that. So here we apply, here you can see in this block A or roller A, here you can see only if we draw the free body diagram, we can find out how many forces are there. So if it is the center O1, okay, then the force which is acted, you can say, in this rod, that is O1 O2 rod, as at the direction there should be a force which we normally give as a T. Okay, tension, we can write it. Now what happened, this angle is how much? Can anybody tell me how much angle is this? This one is given, right? This angle is given 15 degree, right? This one then, how much angle is this one? How much angle is this one? This is 15 degree, it is given, right? So here similarly, how much this angle? This angle is how much? Then same to same, this is also 15 degree, right? Now due to its own weight, we can write it W1, right? Which is nothing but how much? 1000 Newton as per the question. Now another thing is, see, in this problem this angle is given as a 60 degree, right? So the reaction force, which is always perpendicular to this one, right? So this one is 90 degree. So how much angle is this then? This is 60 degree as per question, and you all know the reaction is always 90 degree. So this angle is 30 degree from the triangle, because summation of all angle is 180. Na? Summation of all angle of any triangle is 180. So out of that we know that this is 90 degree, always perpendicular to that body, and this is 60 degree. So this is obviously 30 degree, right? So if we draw, extend this one, you can find this angle also 30 degree by similarity law. So we can draw this angle which is 30 degree. So can anybody tell me any forces is there? As there is a no friction, they consider the surface is smooth. So here only how many forces? Three forces. Na? One is reaction force, we can write it R1, and then the W1, and then the T. Is the free body diagram clear to all of you for this A body? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, now we have to draw the free body diagram for B. Okay. So in B, you can see this is a smaller body, right? And the weight is half of the weight of W1. So this is W2, which is 500 Newton. Clear? If we draw the axis, we can find out that the tension, remember in this rod, the tension, that is that O1, O2, that should be always equal. This tension should be always equal, the magnitude of the tension and the angle means the direction. So we have to draw this like in such a manner. This is the tension, this is your 15 degree. Similarly, okay. Now what we have to do, in the similar way we have to draw the angle also here. This is 90, so this reaction, that is R2, this should be also 45 degree, as it is given 45, na? 45, 90, 45, so total is 180. So this angle is also 180 degree, sorry, 45 degree. Okay, anything is there? Yes, as per the question, this P acted force also there, which is with respect to vertically, it is 60 degree. Means if we draw this one, then this angle will come 60 degree, right? So you have to draw an with arrow force P, and this is 60 degree. No other forces, as this is a smooth surface, no friction, so only these four forces are there, four concurrent forces are there. Is it clear for B, body 2 means B? Is it clear? If any question you can ask. Any confusion here? Please reply anyone. Any confusion? Is it clear? Hello. Is it not clear? Please reply anyone. Sir, please repeat again. Please say something.
Clear, sir.
Okay. So after draw these, this is okay. Here you can see this is a 3 forces, concurrent forces. Here 4 concurrent forces. So what we have to do? We have to here apply 3 concurrent force means we can apply Lami's theorem, right? And 4 concurrent force means we have to apply equilibrium equations, right? So let's start. First, from this body A, we have to find out the tension, which is common for both drawing, na? Both cases. So R1 by sine angle between other two, na? R1 by sine angle between other two is 90 minus 15, right? 90 minus 15, it is given, na? Angle between these two, W1 and T1 force vector. Angle between this, how much? This is 75, na? And similarly, T by sine, how much? T by sine this angle. How much is this one? What is the value? Now this is 180 and this is 60. So it is nothing but 240, right? Is equal to W1 by sine 30 plus 15. See, angle between these two vector. So R1 and T, this angle is 45, sine 45 degree. Clear? So we have to find out the T is equal to 1000 into sine 240 degree divided by sine 45 degree. Please calculate and tell me. Please calculate and tell me what is the value. Please calculate anyone. Sorry for some disturbing. See here. Please tell me what is the value. T is equal to 1000 into sine 240 divided by sine 45. How much it is?
Minus 1224, sir. 0.7.
Okay. Point. How much?
74.
Okay. So it means it negative it comes means our direction is only the opposite side. We have taken the wrong direction. So what we have to do now? We have to simply draw this diagram again. No need to again calculation, only for the free body diagram, because sometimes ask the question, write the proper free body diagram. When they ask na proper free body diagram, it means you have to draw like this. This is your W1 and this direction only you need to change. Nothing worry, only this one in the opposite direction, T. Others are same. And this is 30 degree. Okay, so this is the final free body diagram. Clear? Only what we have to do, just direction change in the opposite direction, in this direction only. Clear? Is it clear? Next we have to find out, actually finally our intention is to find out this p value, right? So first let's check once again. That is the W1 divided by the angle between two, that is nothing but 45 degree. Then T and the angle between this W1 and R, which is 180 plus 60, so 240, it is also right, and R divided by this angle, which is nothing but 75. Very good. Next one is we have to calculate this one. Here what we have to do, we have to do the equilibrium equation. So if we write the equilibrium equation, for that we have to do summation of all forces along x-axis. If we write, okay, then what can we write? Please say, all forces are in negative direction, na? So first resolute these forces. P here, so it is your 30 degree or it is your 60 degree. So P sine 60, please draw yourself this one so that you can easily write this equation. How much it is? Minus P sine 60 degree, then another is minus T sine or cos, which one is there? Let's check. T cos 15. Okay. T cos 15 degree minus R. R is at an angle of 45, na? So 45. So cos 45 degree is equal to 0 along x-axis. Okay. So just put this value, minus P root 3 by 2 minus T is how much? Direction is same, so T should be, it is plus value. Okay, because we are not changing the direction, na? Here in this drawing we are not change the T direction, so that without change, before changing the direction, that is minus 1224, right? 1224.74. so just put that value, so it is 1224.74 cos 15 degree, then minus R by root 2, na? R is what? R2. Okay, R2. Clear? So this is one equation. Another one, by doing the summation of y. So do summation of fy is equal to 0. After putting this value, we get how much it is? We get minus P cos 60 degree y plus T cos sine 15 degree plus R2 sine 45 degree is equal to 500 as per the question, means W2, right? Here now put the value, minus P cos 30 is by 2 and T value is minus 1224.74 sine 15 degree plus R2 by root 2 is equal to 500. Okay, so if we just write down, can anyone tell me what is the value? 1224.74 into cos 15, how much is this? This one, how much? How much is this one? Please reply. Please reply, anyone? Hello? 1224.74 into cos 15, how much? Hello.
One thousand one hundred and 83, sir.
1183.
0.003. 008.
No, total. Please say again. Please say again. 11
1183.008.
008, right? And here also please calculate this one. Similarly, we can write also here na, that minus p by 2 plus r2 by root 2 is equal to 500 plus 1224.74 sine 15 degree. So please tell me this one, p by 2 plus r2 by root 2 is equal to how much is this total? Please calculate this portion also. How much is this total? Hello. How much is this? $500 plus 1224.74 into sine 15 degree. How much is this? It will, after calculation, you will get
816.98.
yes, 816.986. Na? So just sum this, minus this 2. This equation, this is equation 2, and that is equation 1. This one, equation 1. So if we just minus, then r by root 2 cancel out. Na? If we do minus, so what we will get? P root 3 by 2 plus p by 2 na minus. If we do the minus, they are already minus symbol, so this should be plus. And minus means how much is previous value? Previous one 1183.008. 1183.008. Please do this calculation. 816.986. How much is this? This is 366.02 and multiplied with 2 divided by root 3. So this will give you 422.645. Is it okay? This amount Newton force. This Newton force you have to apply at an angle of 60 degree with respect to vertical plane. Is it clear? Who sent that question to me? Is it clear? Please reply. Or anybody can reply. Is it okay? Any question here you can ask, no issue. Please reply at least anyone.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay, right? Any confusion here?
No, sir.
Okay. So, and I forgot to tell another problem actually given by another student. Let's discuss that one. That is, this is from the normal Lami's theorem and equilibrium, right? This one. And another one which is sent, I think I have discussed some portion, not all the thing. There, that is basically question of moment of inertia. I think, am I discussed last day little bit? I forgot actually. So regarding this one, that am I started this discussion regarding this one?
Yes, sir.
But I think I did not complete this one, na? Am I completed this one also? Means have I find it the all moment of inertia?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's see what happened here actually. Can anybody tell me that on that day, I think we have completed up to centroid, na? So can you anybody tell me that value for each case? That this is 40, na? This is 20. This is 20. This is also 20. Sorry. This total is 40. This total is 40. And this height also given as 20, and this one is given as 30, this one given as 50, right? And I have already give some nomenclature that this is your A, this is your B, this is B dash, this is E, this is C, this is D, this is G, right? And what I remember on that day, I already give for each individual case how much the centroid value, na? Here one thing is required, that is we have to know what is the centroid value which need to remember, that is only this semicircular portion, only this semicircular portion. So you all know, or if we consider in individual case, that is if we consider this one, na, b dash a, so the centroid location is this one, and this should be 2/3 of length, means if it is 20-degree total, so 20 into 2 by 3, that's length is this one, na? And this length is 30 into 1/3, this height, right? Similarly, here also this another triangle, which is also here is the 1/3 value. So this is nothing but how much? Total is 50, 50 by 3. Similarly, this one also height by 3. And for this rectangle, this should be how much? This center, the coordinate value should be along x, it is this one is 20, half both the side, na? So along y it is 20 and along x it is 40, because total it is 800, sorry 80, na? 40 plus 20 plus 20, so middle one is this one. Another one is semicircle, and that semicircle here, the centroid position along y-axis is 4r by 3 pi. Remember this one, okay? And this length is also half of that, because this is along y-axis, means if we draw this axis, both this side and this side, it is symmetry, na? So that's why it is 20 degree, this length. Only along y, this height, it is 4r by 3 pi. Okay, so this is actually last class we have discussed the about what that called centroid finding. Now the important part which is required, that is that this is individual centroid, right? Now come to the composite centroid. So composite centroid means what? These all body are need to add in this system. You can see here that this is body 1, this is body 2, this is body 3, and this is body 4, which is need to subtract from that body 3, na? So similar manner, if we do the centroid of this composite body, we only need to what? A1 x1 a2 x2 plus a3 x3 minus a4 x4, okay, divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 minus a4. Up to this, anyone have any confusion? Up to this, anyone have any confusion? Hello? Please reply at least, anybody.
No, sir.
Okay. So in the similar manner, C, I think you all know how to find out the area, na? Area formula you all know, right? That is for this half into base means here 30 into height means here 20. And for this case, half into base is 50, height is 20. For this case, 40 into 80. For this case, pi r square, r is 20 by 2. So these all are the area, right? And this is A4, this is A3, this is A2, this is A1. You all know this thing. So you can simply put this value. And what is the value then? This is you have to understand, right? What is the x1 value? Here, x1 value means when we draw this one, you can see here, na? Here, if we draw the axis, this axis is here. If we consider the axis is there, then x1 means from here to centroid position. X2 means here to centroid position. This one. So for here, from this diagram, we can say that x2, x1, x3 and x4 respectively also along y2, y1, y3 and y4, these have a different value, right? So if we put this value, how we can put? See, I can write here simply so that you can take this value directly. That is x1 here. This one is your centroid. So x1 is this portion. So x1 is how much? This length is how much? 20 into 2 by 3. So this is 40 by 3 mm. All are in mm, huh? All are in mm. And y1 is how much? Y1 is this amount of length, right? So this amount of length is how much? This is already 40 and this is 1/3 of 30. Sorry, 1/3 of 20. So one thing I am doing wrong. This is your 30 degree. Sorry, this is your 30 mm. So 30 into 2 by 3. Here only we have to write 30. This is your 30 into 2 by 3, na? This length. So 30 along x, 30 into 2 by 3. So this is 60 by 3. Let's change the color. See, this total is 30, na? Here a little wrong I am doing. This one is 30. So total is 30. So 30 into 2/3. So this is nothing but 20, right? So you have to, you can simply write here. You can simply write here. This portion is 20. Okay. Okay. Now y1 is how much? Y1 is this 40 plus this height. This height is how much? This height is, you already find out that, again I doing this one wrong. This is 20. Along x-axis it is 30, na? Along y-axis it is different. And this is 20 divided by 3. Okay, so 40 plus 20 divided by 3. Okay, now x2 is this one. So x2 is 30 plus 50 by 3. 30 plus 50 by 3. Now y2 is y2 same height na, similar to the y1. So this is 40 plus 20 by 3. Similarly, x3 is how much? X3, this large rectangle, it is along x at a distance of 40, and y3 at a distance of, from this axis x, also 20, right? And x4, x4 is this one now you're talking about. So this is your 20 and this is your 20, so x4 is also 40, and y4 is 4r by 3 pi, means r means 20, so 4 into 20 by 3 pi. Up to this, anyone have any confusion? Please reply.
No, sir.
Okay. Now simply you have to put this value here only. Okay. Cx and cy. I am not calculating this one. Please calculate yourself. I just give you the value. Okay. So x1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 minus a4 y4. You all know the a value, all a1 a2 a3 a4, and y1 y2 y3 y4 na. I just written that value. So just put that, you will get the centroid of this composite section. Okay. Now which is important, that is the moment of inertia part. In moment of inertia, as per the question, they said that about the centroidal axis you have to find. Clear? You all know, with respect to formula which you have to know, that is the, for any rectangle with respect to centroidal axis, the formula is, you all know, that is the bd cube by 12 if it is I of xx we are talking about, right? And if we are talking about I of yy, then d b cube by 12. You all know this thing. Similarly, for triangle, if we are talking about, similarly we have to write is as a how much it is, b d cube by 36. Okay. And similarly, this is I of xx. Similarly, I of yy, which is b cube d by 36. This formula you have to remember only. Okay. After that, for rectangle, two triangle, after that what? One semicircle, right? So semicircle, this is a very, very important which you need to understand. When any axis passes through the centroid for both rectangle and triangle, this formula you can use. But for a semicircle, always remember, they are given the I of xx, which with respect to its edge, means this one, this axis. Okay, your centroid is here na, but they give the data with respect to this. So if you write this one as a dash plane, for example, with respect to a dash, I of xx is, or it is better to write I of a na, because with respect to this axis they have given the data, that is the pi r4 by 8. Okay, which means when you need to find out the moment of inertia with respect to centroidal axis. Okay, remember this is very, very important. With respect to centroidal axis, you have to apply parallel axis theorem. Is it clear? So with when you have to find out I of xx, it is nothing but pi r to the power 4 by 8 minus a d square, and a is how much? A is this amount of distance. Sorry, a is the area and d is the distance. So you all know that I of xx is equal to I of what I am sorry, one thing I write, I of formula is I of xa with respect to any axis, na? That is centroidal axis plus AD square. The formula is like that, right? But normally for semicircle, they have given this value, means this moment of inertia formula they have given. So from here, we have to find out the with respect to centroidal axis, how much moment of inertia magnitude is. So I of xx, then I of xa minus AD square. So I of xa minus AD square. A is how much? Pi r square by 2 into d square is how much? Distance is 4r by 3 pi, that whole square. This one you have to find out I of xx for this only this semicircular portion. Is it clear, student? With respect to centroidal axis, for rectangle, for triangle, it is normally standard formula is given. But when for semicircle we are consider, that is with respect to edge, that is the standard formula, that is the pi r square 8. Okay, normally people remember this one with respect to edge. But when you are doing this calculation, you need to find out the centroidal axis moment of inertia. So that's why we are doing this calculation, so that we can find out I of xx, because I of xa is equal to I of x plus AD square. That is the formula. So here you have to find out this one only. This one is given, and this one you know. So if you deduct this one, you will get the I of xx. Okay. Now what you have to do now? Simply start the finding the moment of inertia of this composite section. So if you find out the moment of inertia, you suppose this is your body, this is your body, and you know, suppose you already find out this one. Suppose you already find out this one, cx value and cy value. Have you anyone calculated this one? Is anyone calculated this one? Yes or no? Okay, you can calculate yourself, no issue. This is all the data you know. So after calculation of this one, suppose you get centroidal axis of this composite section, for example this one. Okay, so it means this is your now centroid of this composite section, na? cxcy value, this one coordinate is cxcy. Now you all know individual coordinate of each section, na? Centroid, individual centroid of each section you already know. What you have to do? Simple here, apply the parallel axis theorem. Okay. So what you have to write? First, if you find out the, for example, I of x of this composite section, for composite section means all this body 1 2 3 4, then I of x is equal to how much? First triangle, this one, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, right? So you have to write first one is for 1 bdq by 12, better to write d1 b1, huh? Plus a1 d a1 and h1 square, and that h1 is how much? H1 is this distance. See, this is coordinate and this is the centroidal coordinate. So this distance you can easily find out, na? So this is nothing but your C. This is nothing but your y1 minus cy, right? Similarly, plus body 2. This is for body 1, means triangle 1. Now triangle 2, similarly b2 d2 cube by, sorry, not 12, by 36, plus a2 h2 square. And this h is how much? h2 is nothing but y2 minus cy. You can easily find out c1 cy. This is your c, this is your cx cy, huh? This portion, plus b3 d3 cube, this is a rectangle, so by 12, na, for rectangle, plus a3 h3 square. So h3 is how much? h3 is y3 minus cy, and this is for body 2, this is for body 3, and body 4. Body 4 need to minus, na, because it is not there, right? So minus semicircle. So for semicircle, moment of that called moment of inertia, this one with respect to centroidal axis. Okay, so you have to write here this total portion, that is, if we write it as a, how much we will get? Can anybody tell me how much it will be? 4 square 16 square r square, so 16 pi r4 by how much it is? 16 pi r4 divided by 2 into 9, so 18 pi square, and here it is pi r4 by 8. So pi, if we deduct, so pi only, 1 pi is there, and 16 by 18, so we can deduct it and write it 8 and 9. So finally it will give pi r4 by 8 minus 8 r4 by 9 pi. Okay, so if we put this value, we will get, sorry, pi r4 by 8 minus 8 r4 by 9 pi. This is your, this portion bd cube by 12, na, for this case. For semicircle case, this one, and you all know the formula is how much? Now I of x a is equal to I of xx plus ad square, right? Or ah square. So here you know this one, so plus ah square, but here it is already you need to minus, so minus a means pi r square by 2 into h square, and h is how much? H is nothing but this distance, that is y4, means h square, h4 means this h4 square, and h4 means y4 minus cy. y4 is this one, na, 4r by 3 pi. So if you put all the value here, you will get definitely the moment of inertia of this composite section along its centroidal axis along the x direction only. Clear? By the similar pattern, you have to change only bd cube, this one, na, so that you will get the y value. Similar, only one change is there, that is the, okay, I just write it down so that you can easily put this value, that is bd cube, so d1 b1 cube by 12, sorry, not 12, by 36, because it is a triangle, plus a1 h4 square. Remember, when we calculate the y4, sorry, IY, when we calculate the IY along Y axis. So H4 is nothing but, better to write it here for this case. Okay, for this case, all the H1, better it is right, H1, H1, H2, H3, and H4. These will give you, like here you have calculate how y1 minus cy. Here you have to calculate y, instead of y1 only write x1 minus cx, like x2 minus cx, x3 minus cx, x4 minus cx. Okay, and similarly just formula means, you have to do based on the formula. You have to write only like this: d2 b2 cube by 36 plus a2 h2 square. Here remember, here h2 is, as I told, x2 minus c2. Now here all the thing I have given here for when you calculating for iy. Here all the thing is this one, huh? H2 is c2 minus cx, h3 c3 minus cx. So let's write this equation. If we put that value, so d3 b3 cube by 12 plus a3 h3 square. Don't confuse with this h1 and this h1. This h1, when we considering I of x, better you can write it I of, this is for x, this is for y. In such a manner you can differentiate, na, y, this is x, this is x. Okay, this is x. Don't confuse with these two. Minus, in the similar manner you have to put the I of yy. I of yy is how much? I of y for semicircle minus pi r square by 2 into h4y square. h4y means here h4y is c4 minus cx. This is y. All are we consider the y. Okay, so you need only put the value, nothing more than that. This is x, 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 x. Okay, so and I of xx you have find out. Similarly you have to find out I of yy for this semicircle, as I written na here, I of y for semicircle. So you only put this value here. So I of xa is this one, and I of y a, if we write, it is nothing but give you along this one, right? So pi r square you know, so I of xa you have to calculate in the similar manner. So how you can calculate? Now with respect to this edge, this distance you know, so with respect to this edge, this distance you know, so this is your centroidal axis is nothing but, you can simply write I of y is nothing but your, how much distance? This distance only, same to same. Okay, so here all the formula I have given, only need is to put the value and calculate what is the value. Okay, is it okay? Is it clear? Though it is a little bit lengthy, I know, but this is the way actually you have to do. Okay, so please send the attendance screenshot to me. I will end my lecture here. Please send the attendance screenshot. Have you sent it? Please reply anyone. Have you sent the attendance screenshot to me? Okay, I will end my lecture here. Thank you.